That kind of love, you understand what I'm saying? It's deep.
Go ahead, Boddie.
And to hear, right, beloved, and to hear somebody disrespect somebody who may be still an Ansar, I don't know, who's in your audience, but Leon and a lot of people might remember it was Putnam County, Edith and George was giving us all kind of problems. And in the midst of all those problems, they had a zoning hearing to try to shut down our pyramid or Ramses or whatever. And we were fighting, right? We were fighting for a zoning permit. And Sheriff Seals, of course, was the one who started it, because Sheriff Seals says he was sitting down eating breakfast, eggs and toast, and, according to him. And maybe he didn't add that part. Maybe that's what I imagined, his fat ass eating.
Yeah, right.
I probably just imagined that, but he just said he was eating breakfast. But when he said that shit, I imagined eggs and fucking toast with jelly on it and shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm cracking
donuts and shit.
Yeah, with some coffee and shit, sitting down watching the news. Yeah. And he said it came on the news.
Yeah, Faise said that nigga, Faise said that goddamn devil had a doll, a Baba in handcuffs, a voodoo doll. When he got Baba, he said, I finally got that nigga.
Well,
yeah, I said, man, that's crazy.
Hey, when I do like this, I'm listening, because my ears right here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know,
so that's why I do like this here. Because I'm thinking you might get ready to say more, so I do like this here.
Yeah. So, like, that's what Faise said when the Sheriff Seals had a voodoo doll of Baba and handcuffs on his desk. And then when he finally got arrested Baba, he said, I finally got that nigga.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I'm saying?
Well, Pops told the judge, he said, you think you got me, but you don't. I really got you. And, oh, Jesus. And Pop called me on the phone, 1990. I'm glad you brought that up. And I was 1999, February 14. And I asked Pop for permission to produce his movie, his book that he wrote, Gold Diggers, Inc. And so, anyway, I was on the phone with him. And I asked him, was he coming down, to the casting call at the Hyatt Regency? Mm-hmm. And Pop was like, no, I'm sending Ish, his son Ish. Shout out to Ish, Ishmael York. And he's like, no, Ish be my ears and eyes there. And he said, plus, I'm not even focusing on that shit right now. He said, Boddie, what I'm really focusing on is getting these devils off our back. And he said one day, he said it's going to be done. And he said it's going to be a beautiful day. You follow what I'm saying? So, and he said, when it happens, Sheriff Seals and all of them, they're going to be like, I thought this shit was over. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and so when Faise One says, I'm not going to let the mission die, you know what I'm saying? I got to do it like the one before me. And he's crying out to Pop. And Leon, I spoke to some other beings. They said, man, he reminded me of you. But what they're talking about is the love. He's pouring out love for Pop like that.
Yeah, I know. So, exactly.
Yeah. And so on that day, when we went to the zoning hearing, and they said, the people versus Malachi, what you want to do? And they was like, Malachi denied. And I went off. I was like, fuck you mean Malachi denied? And all the Nawapians, and bless their heart, I'm sure they love me, they mean well, right? They took me outside, and I was going off, just going in. You know me a little bit, young elder.
Yeah, dang. I'm telling you, that's why I'm trying to let them know.
Right, but you didn't know me at 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The way I am now and the way I was at 25, yo, that nigga Faise is the way I am at 25. But the difference is I'm blind. Exactly. I was born blind. Faise One can see. So that's the difference. I was born blind. So, but I was talking shit. I was like going in, and I heard one of the beautiful sisters. I love her. I ain't gonna say her name out of sake of respect this time, because I used to say her name. Now I'm not gonna do that. And she says, I'm going to go back and tell Pop that Boddie is acting a fool up this motherfucker. So she went back, bless her heart, and told Pop, bless her heart. I got in the car with Mel. We were driving. Mel was driving. And something said, call Pop. So I called. Hagar answered the phone. I said, Hagar, yo, I know such and such told you that I was acting a fool out here. I said, but let me explain why. And then she said, Boddie. I said, yeah. She said, Pop says, at least I got one warrior. And that was the end of that. And he didn't say thousands. He said one. Because a lot of the brothers, bless their hearts, who used to guard Pop and mean muggers and stuff like that, hey, where were they? I was standing at the courtyard in the day Pop was coming for his hearing, on the day for the zoning hearing, where the sheriff decided that they was going to arrest him that day, but they couldn't. But I was standing in front of the gate, listen, by myself, and guess who walks up? Pops.
Yes. Who Pop?
Pops.
Pop. Yeah, go
Pop,
ahead.
on the day of the fucking hearing. He walks up to me, a blind man. And I can see a little bit back then now. And I still see a little bit now, but not like I used to. So, you know, praise God, it's down to 10%. You know what I mean? But I'm still here. I walk by faith, not by sight.
Go ahead.
Word. So Pop walked up on me, and I'm like, where's the fucking brothers? Where's the fucking, yo, nigga, I take a bullet for Pop.
Yeah,
Where's
the real killers. The real gorillas.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, why is he walking up to me? And then he says, telepathically, I heard him, he said, watch this. And I need, now, if anything, we don't want Faise to be what I'm about to explain, because this is what Pop did. We need Faise to be the way he is.
Yeah.
For now, because Faise is going to go to phase, the next phase, when it's time for him to go in that phase.
Exactly.
But right now, we need him like this for a reason.
Go ahead. I'm starting to realize this. Go ahead.
Okay. So Pop walked up. He said to me telepathically, watch this. Next thing you know, we were flanked by CNN. CNN News. Cameras surrounded Pops. York, there's a lot going on. Do you feel like you're being treated fairly? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of racism. Or do you feel it's racism? Do you feel like you're being treated fairly? No. What I really think is that the weather is what Pop says. I think the weather has an effect, a profound effect on people. And sometimes I think we respond accordingly like that. And they all stood there speechless, dumbfounded. And I can feel Pop why he said, watch this. And then he bounced. And then he went on up in the spot. And did they arrest him that day? No. They called him to the stand, and he read the Fifth Amendment, and they said, recess. Went back, and that was the end of it. And I stood on the sidelines. I watched him get in the car then, and I'll never forget this, with 3 men, brothers. One of the brothers was driving. I don't want to get too deep because he might hear me. And see, that's why Faise is here now, because I used to go deep. You can hear me online going in on people. I don't do that no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm at now too. So I need Faise to do it now. I won't sit back later. I was talking his head, yeah.
Word. See, we're
all gonna do that shit anyway.
Become wisdom. And now knowledge has got to have its way. That's just the way and not saying that he don't got no wisdom, because the nigga is full of wisdom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that he's a warrior for now. And all we got to do is support him and protect him. That's it. That's all. You don't tell a motherfucker who's commissioned and anointed how to move. You can't tell an anointed soul that was touched by Yanun how to move. Because he's created to only move when Yanun say move, because he's totally 1,000% loyal to Yanun. He doesn't have any other doctrines, other leaders, or other influences, other books. This nigga is pure Wu Sabat.
Go ahead.
I was born a Christian. Understand? And became an Ansar. Well, Pop said I was an Ansar with him for 14,000 years, but you know how that goes. I'm just saying. Yeah. But still, this Negro or Nubian or Nagaru or God was created in Wusabat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So man, whoa, that's it. And I have to humble to what is coming through him. So I would say to the beloved brother, please don't be offended. Just say, well, what can I do to be a help? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you feel like, I got my own level of information and da-da-da, that's fine. But how he's being used is not he may not even be aware of the fullness of it, but he's only being used to cause those who will be with us to prepare themselves. Because a lot of y'all listening is not going to be with us. You know what I'm saying? We're not a religious organization. We're a family.
Go ahead. That's facts.
Right? And listen, we're more deeper than any mafia you can imagine. It's just that the family hasn't been gathered yet. But believe me, when we do, you want to be on the right side. We all do. Because that's where each person will be loved and respected for who you are and what you can bring to the family. That's what family is all about. What can you bring? Baba is not into disrespecting niggas, belittling men, making you feel less than a man. That ain't it. It's like, let's throw a rock and see who come out. You know what I'm saying? Because Pops told my brother, Leon, Hotep Talamun, a master, spiritual master, true spiritual master of the Order of Melchizedek. Pop told Leon, he said, yo, I need you to go watch the movie Rush Hour 2. Rush Hour Part 1 or 2, I forget which one. And I didn't understand it. It took me years, but then I finally understood it. What was the point in Rush Hour? At the very end of the movie, you had all these people in the art gallery. And Chris Tucker said, whoever stays behind got something to lose. There's a bomb in the building. Everybody left.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And then only a few stayed. And the ones who stayed
was the criminals.
And this is where Faise is dealing with. Faise is like, okay, where you fucking criminals at? And he got a song right now on his album, The Blood of the Lamb, on YouTube. The first song, he going in. Oh, shit, nigga, that flow. Rappers, brother Amin Ra called me. Amin Ra from Pure Energy. Shout out to Amin Ra, Pure Energy. He called me. He's like, yo, man, this guy sounds just like you. I didn't tell him it was my son.
Yeah.
He said, man, this is the best rapper I ever heard. He said, man, I thought I was the best rapper until I heard this nigga. But on that album, The Blood of the Lamb, it talks about, Faise talks about dropping a bomb. He said they're about to drop a bomb. Same shit. So in the movie, Chris Tucker said, it's a bomb in the building. Everybody left. When everybody left the building, you said it, the criminals remained, and then you was able to begin dealing with whoever left to be dealt with. Every element of justice, every avatar deals like that. I talked to my brother, Atun Ray, the real Messiah that I referred to, and I still call him the real Messiah. Because he's a real Messiah to me, and he's an Ansar, born in the Ansar law community. Get that nigga respect.
That's facts.
Haru Hotep, get that nigga respect. Straight up. These motherfuckers was raised by the Lamb. That's right. But I was talking to Atun Ray, and he said, yo, Boddie, he said, man, one time he went into prison, because, you know, he spent some times in prison. And, you know, he's a little nigga, 5'1", and he said when he walked in, he said the moment he walked in the yard, he went and found the biggest nigga. He said he heard Pop say, go hit the biggest nigga. And he found the biggest nigga out of nowhere, just boom, punched him in the face. And the brother said, why you do that, man? He said, yo, I just had to. Something I had to do. And the brother had his back from that point on. We need everybody to just have Faise One's back.
Excuse me. Let me get past you real quick. I'm on this place real quick. New container full of who contain the who could sustain it, but I came with a loop and a chain and a super pain bazooka. The game up to the pain of a loop, the banjos, fuse with two sopranos who sang over the loops and jangles and change up the music to the tango. But if I do get entangled, I'm screaming, I'm super sango. Even if I choose to mango, this shit ain't no fruit, cause ain't nobody finna chew this. Can't go back and forth with Judas. Usually I don't do this, but I'm losing my cool, it blew through the roof. And ain't no single solitary entity that are bringing into me what I'm mentally meant to be into defense of the industry. Better been to me, that's BOWDOWN with a veto. Fuck what you playing, it's my way or the highway. But if you stand with me, I'm willing to give you the benefit of an infinity, nigga. We picking it up and we bending it, nigga, like Arnold, terminating all sports. And niggas ballers in my court. I'm too awake to talk sports when niggas walk across the water. Safe to say that I'll support the Lakers. Bomb, 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 bomb. I'm about to bomb the place. You nigga be wanting to talk and conversate, but I've already won the base. But I'm on the day, been watching hella close like a telescope in astronomy. But it's on my mind to say no John F. K, but I know what I'm trying to say. Lately I've been popping my shit. Switch on my flow, can't no Atlanta nigga pop it like this. They feeling hit, but no surprise, bitch. I do not miss. I'm screaming bump, 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 bump. I'm about to bomb this bitch. Fuck a bandwagon. I'm sliding past on the side of plasma, dragging a virus mad, cause I'm passing the final chapter, the last of it, time to pack it and head up the street. I step on these beats, I'm ahead of the beast, they scared to compete. I've been in heaven and back, want a brochure? Brochure. I can set you and your family up a whole tour. We don't got a link up, why you think we got a soul for it? Damn, I apologize, I forgot you sold yours for money and clothes, whores and more, but that's on you. You say you good with my father, but nigga, that's on who? You passed on his son, no he finna pass on you. Little nigga, bump, 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 bump. I'm about to bomb the place. I'm in a bit of a gel like DEF, but spell it back, cause all of these jelly rappers are starting to tell these rats are revolving. You better pack a revolver and keep your circle empty. Never trusted a soul if the price is right to work against me. Bomb, 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 bomb. I'm about to bomb the place. RESPECK. Better put it on my name. How the fuck could you call him lame when he started off as a G and he ended it up in the A like you spelling Ghana name. And took over the city like FEMA Dome. Thinking I'm Mercedes-Benz is in my blood like adrenochrome. And 98% of you may not know what I'm speaking on. And another 2% thinking you do, best believe you don't. We was on the block getting busy with big glizzies, but niggas is dizzy. If we assuming we prepared for the military, it's really scary the way that we fall short like Capri sagging. I think I should cease rapping on this track, cause ain't nobody even listening to me. Just know I read the whole script to the movie, it doesn't end well. Politicians are steady acting, they ain't no Denzel. But let me let you in on some intel. Listen well, bum, 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 bum. They about to bomb the place.
The young brother who feels a little offended, you might be that one brother, that one lover, that one, when I say lover, you might be a lover of souls. You might be one of us. I don't know you, but you could be. And if you are one of us, this is just your test. Because if you the nigga that getting hit, but you wind up being Shorty's best friend, that's what happened in prison for my brother Atun Ray. He hit the biggest nigga, and the biggest nigga said, yo, I like this motherfucker. Don't nobody better fuck with Shorty.
Yeah.
And that's how niggas need to be with Faise.
That's fact.
Like, yo, nobody, hey, yo, what you said about Faise, nigga? Like, this motherfucker putting his life on the line for the land, you talking shit? That's how niggas need to be. And I believe that whoever this brother is, I don't know him. I believe that there's some good shit in there. You hear me, young elder?
Yeah.
I believe it. I don't know him, I ain't talked with him, but I just got a feeling. His manhood is strong, but his godhood is stronger. And I believe that sweetness that we all have is like honey in the mouth, but bitter in the belly. So I don't feel like the brother got a bad thing going. I just feel like he could be ouch. That ouch, when somebody steps on your foot, you say ouch. If it's you, say ouch. But a hit dog will bark.
Go ahead.
And so, yo, just say, all right, come on, man. What do we need to do? What do I need to know? And if that's not in you, just my advice is bow out gracefully out of love and respect because of what we're doing, because we're here to clear our Father's name.
That's
and
facts.
we have to do it.
Say it loud, brother.
Right. We're here to clear our Father's name. Because there's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Some people lost their life, you know, wind up committing suicide because the devil convinced them to lie on Pop.
That's facts.
That's not the first time that happened. One of my own brothers, Pop, one of his own sons, reached out to Pop. Let me tell you, Asa, what happened with that situation in 2004 in Brunswick, you know what I'm saying? During the trial, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even allow Issa to testify. Because Issa says he ain't touched nobody. He ain't did none of this shit. He ain't molested me or no fucking body. And that shit is on record. The defense said, yo, put him on the stand. The motherfucker had a chance right then and there. But no. But what happens is certain beings got a hold to him. And, you know, some people paid him to start lying on Pop. Why? Because a lot of people fear the day, which is the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
That's right.
You see niggas walk around with dreadlocks. That's the great and dreadful day of the Lord. The day that they fear the most. The day when you see him again. When you see Yanun again. A whole lot of people are going to tremble. A whole lot of people are going to piss in their pants.
That's right.
In front of their wives and daughters and children and everything else. Why? For having been damn fools. Making the wrong choice and not taking the space, which is grace. The grace is right now. That's why I belong to the grace of God, name of my church. The grace is the space that you're given to repent. So don't get found unrepentant in that hour. Because a warner is here. Yeah, a man is on the scene, phase one, he is not no punk. The nigga is a warrior. He said, well, I'm a warrior too. Yeah, but this is an intergalactic, interdimensional warrior with a purpose. His purpose is to prepare the way. And for those who are going to be ready when the time comes, what you think? The shams ain't real? You say, well, you know what I'm saying? You might be in the wrong dimension. Because on YouTube, they had a bunch of Caucasians, what year? 2012 and 13. All over the world, young elder. When I say you, I'm not talking about you, young elder. I'm talking about you and so far the general population, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so not you, big beloved.
Yeah,
but,
I feel you. I'm with you, Boddie.
No problem. There was a bunch of Caucasians, young elder, and all of these here young Caucasians, mostly elders, was waking up talking about fearful and giving testimony that they had dreams, which was nightmares according to them, It was on YouTube. I don't know if they took it down, but they say they saw 7 to 10 feet tall black men with woolly afros. They call them afros. Dark skin with swords in their hand, cutting the heads of Amorites off left and right.
Go ahead.
So this is in YouTube. This is white people's, and it was happening more than once. Oh, it's so much I wish I could say. But I plead the blood of Jesus. I cannot say. But one thing I will say, my baby is full of love. He's full of love, but he's a warrior who is observing the actions of people who say they love Yanun.
Go ahead.
And after observing it for so long, being born 1998, his first experience, it wasn't no Six Flags, it wasn't no fucking Disney World. It was Tamaray.
Come on.
Go ahead.
So imagine you are 3, 4 years old, having the time of your life, and you get ready to go back the next week, and it's over. Because we had pyramids. Consider the works of this great man, Melchizedek, Hebrews chapter 7. Consider this Melchizedek, who built pyramids in Edenton, Georgia, who brought millions of people together from every race, every culture, every denomination, who translated every book, holy book, from the Torah, from Hebrew into English, from the book of Psalms, from Hebrew into English, the New Testament from Greek into English, El's Holy Injil from Greek into English, El's Holy Quran from Greek into English, Malachi Ziyok, the angel Michael, Michael Yanun received the holy tablets, which everybody knows about, and in 1994, didn't nobody know shit about it. But listen, right, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, may Allah be pleased with him always as well. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad in the year 1963, in a made-for-television interview with Louis Lomax. Louis Lomax was a black man. They call him an Uncle Tom. They call him a Negro, but bless his heart. Because he interviewed the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the year, 1963. Listen. And he asked him, he said, sir, you have said that there will be a double resurrection. Right? He said, can you please explain what is this double resurrection? And Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, yes, in the year 1970, there will be a double resurrection. Why the year 1970? Because the way Yanun explained it many years ago, where 2 great nations will exist at the same time. Watch. The first nation will become a part of the second. The Nation of Islam, a lot of the members started moving towards Pops in 1970. Why? Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, look for he who has the knowledge of the letter Lam. What is Lam? Lam is an Arabic letter. And the Abjad has a numerical equivalency, listen, to the number 30. Watch. Which symbolized 30 years from 1970, young elder, you know this already, to the year 2000. Why 1970? Because that is the year that Bennett, the green comet, was seen. And when that scores of a luminous comet, but it wasn't a comet because comets don't burn green. That's the problem that the media had on January 28th, right? They were trying to classify this green orbit, this green object that was in our solar system, January 28, 2023. Y'all just heard about it. They were trying to classify it as a comet, but the problem is comets don't burn green. What is it? It is the coming of Bennett. Bennett was the astronomer that named it, but Bennett is Hebrew for Benai, which means the sons of who? The sons of God. Genesis 6:4. You know that. The Benai Elohim, right? The ET, the planet, plans of ET, the extraterrestrial. Right. So it was scores of a luminous green light, and Pop says his light shined the brightest. His light is Yanun, O light. Okay. That is the energy that incarnated into the physical body of this vessel called Easter in 1970. All right. So when we say incarnate into his body, that works, you know this, it works by angels, or which is nothing but electromagnetic beings, simple electromagnetic beings. When angels incarnate, they incarnate at the base of the spine. So you can be 30 years old and receive an incarnation, and that incarnation will use you whether you like it or not for as long as it needs to. And Yanun is the etheric being who personified into the physical body of Isa, who at that time was Imam Isa, right? And so this is when, yes, he started the Ansar Law community in Brooklyn, Bushwick Avenue, in the year 1970. Started saying, we have a long journey on a short path. The long journey, right, was all the schools that we would have to go through in the short path was the 30 years. What 30 years? to raise, listen, 144,000 children. Revelation chapter 14, verse 6. Revelation chapter 14, talking about those 144,000. That was what we were trying to do. And the devil saw what we were doing. So we did it from 1970 to 1992. And then the young disciples came in. I was a young disciple. I came in 89. I was discipled in 92. And that was a breeding project. We had a baby named Elijah out of that, me and my ex-wife, Faise, and that was a part of the project. And Pop says that that baby was one of the saviors. And then another breed came in 94, that's the right knowledge generation. 96 was the breed of the warriors who's supposed to stop the devil. And 98 was an unclassified species, which I'm not at liberty to speak on. But phase one is the first phase of that. So we have to observe it. Right. We have to observe it. We have to, you know what I'm saying? You can be critical, analytical. That's what we do. But at the same time, right, he's the one that we're supposed to support and protect. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know something for the people, for the audience? Y'all might not believe this, but everything Boddie just said, Rod said the same thing. Rod said that phase one was here to chop heads for the master teacher and to make way for the master teacher. So that really, yeah. So we got, hey, Boddie, I'm glad you came on to let everybody know where the little brother's coming from. That it ain't no, like, they try to make it, they the community trying to make it like it's a beef or he attacking niggas, and they try to make it like that. But, and I thought it was like that too. But now that you explained it, the way you explained it, I see what the brother's mission is, and we gonna work with him, brother. We gonna work with it like you. We gonna work with him, and we gonna try to lay the layout like you said, like just help him and just let him go, because he is doing it for the master teacher, man, and that's all that really matters. He chopping niggas' heads, niggas that been faking. Like I said, like I told him, I said some of the niggas he going there deserve it. They really dissed the match.
All the niggas that I named deserve it. Everybody that I named, including Rod Hayes. This is what you got to make sure you don't do. You got to make sure that just because it's your buddy, don't ever neglect to stand on truth, because I pay attention to that. Don't ever neglect that. It could be your buddy, your brother, whoever. Don't ever neglect standing on truth. I wouldn't name Rod Hayes for no reason. I ain't named nobody for no reason. He really didn't need my dad to explain it. My dad just brought a whole lot of stuff to it that broke down higher sciences that I could benefit from. Also, I needed to benefit from. When it came down to me, you could have asked me what you did on your show. You could have asked me what's the purpose of what I'm doing. You didn't like that I was naming Rod Hayes. Everybody that I named was supposed to be named. Everybody. I don't know if it's just because you know my dad or whatever the hell, but bro, let me tell you something, bro. You ain't hear what he said? You ain't hear my dad say he humbled out? The type of truth I stand on is fierce and supreme and evolving. Everybody needed to be named. Rod Hayes never reached out to me. The fuck is he talking to you in the background talking about some phases here to chop heads? He never reached out to me. My DM worked just fine. He never reached out to me. And in the beginning, the nigga resorted to telling me that he was going to be offline. When I said, Rod, I got information about this that you're talking about. Let's go live. He said, I'm going to be offline. I'm done with the online thing. I'm getting offline tomorrow. That's what he texted me. The next day, the nigga was on live. I said, Isis Wisdom, I got information about what you're talking about that can lead people to more clarity. Let's go live. I got $100 for you. She kept ducking. I offered these people money. I said, I'll pay you for me to come on the platform and have the conversation in real time. to clear up any confusion. They didn't even want to take the money. That's how deep you know it get, because you know these people ain't gonna turn down money. Same thing with the music industry. Music industry artists was turning down money. They didn't want to do a feature with me. I was offering to pay these people. The money was there. They were turning down money. That's something else. That's something different. That ain't just no disassociation. So no, I don't care nothing about what Rod here. None of the folks said. I don't care. Tell me why I should. You can't give me one good reason. Why should I care? Let me tell you something. Somebody asked me this about 2 months ago. They said, has anybody responded to you? Has anybody come out and contested what you say? I said, they ain't stupid. Because the last thing they want to do, for one, is send anybody to me. Last thing they want to do is to send any of their people my direction. That's first. Second, they know what happens. When you face something like this head on, they know what happens. Because it ain't me, it's what is going to be exposed the moment that you collide with me. They know not to say my damn name. They know not to tag me in no posts. They know not to do any of that. So they don't come to me. Nobody came to me. All that talking behind the scene about what I am and what I'm going to do, you don't know nothing about what I'm here to do. Let me tell you something. If you think you figured out what I'm here to do because my dad came on and spoke, you just as clueless as everybody else. You don't know what I'm here to do. You have no idea. What people think they know about me, guess what? I taught them. I told them. What you think you understand, I told you. What you think you can piece together, I told you. Did you not realize, though, that I've cited this multiple times? Did you not realize that I post this at certain times, the Art of War book? Did you not realize that I mastered the law of power? All the laws? Didn't even need it in the book. This is something that we understand how to do naturally. You will see me moving in one direction. And because most people are just simple like that, that's the direction they think they're going to. 90% of the things, if I didn't explain them, a lot of people would have thought it was just face value. 90% of the things that I do, if I don't explain it, most people will think it's just what it looks like. I take it upon myself to explain it to people so they can get used to being able to not just take things for what they look like. And understand that there are things in your reality, most things in your reality, if not all, that are more than meets the eye. It's more than meets the eye. You understand? I'm way beyond, listen, you can't get me with the leadership. There are no leaders. It's over. That's done. You can't get me with that. You can't get me with the spiritual shit. None of y'all know what y'all talking about. That's over with. That's done. And all the Babas and adepts that I grew up around, they ain't out here on these platforms trying to put on. They off in the shadows somewhere doing real work. Quiet. They ain't doing all this upfront display shit. We ain't trying. No, we ain't going for it. I know real psychics. Real deal. Real Babas, real warlocks, real witches, real prayer warriors. Not for show. And they don't got no Instagram handle, let alone a whole account trying to get some attention. Are you with me? This ain't no game. This ain't some shit that I just came and said, you know what, let me just do this Ron Hayes. Let me just go for him. Oh, this ain't no game. This random person over here, let me just go for them. No, this is, let me tell you what's going on. The whole shit finna switch, and you don't have a choice. You don't get to determine. You don't get to let me, you don't let me do nothing. I do it. You want to know why? Because I'm the only one that was going to do it. You don't let me do shit. You know what I'm saying? The breakdowns is necessary. Just don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I see like everybody else see. We shouldn't have to ask the question as to where are the elders. We shouldn't have to ask that. We shouldn't have to ask where the unions are. We shouldn't have to ask that. Just like I say, the rest of these people in these communities drop the ball, the Ansars drop the ball too. How am I biased if I can say that? The Ansars drop the ball. It's going to always be respect. It's just that when the pup grows up and is able to tell you, no, y'all didn't do this right. You can feel how you want to feel, but that pup went through them emotions long before you heard him say it. So he don't give a fuck what you feel. He felt it long before he told you. He trying to figure out why you couldn't see it. Everybody been living their life doing their own thing. What happened to I can succeed as a part of the all and fail as an individual? What happened to that part of our affirmation? Everybody ran off and did their own thing. I've been out here by myself. I know what by myself looks like. I know what it feels like. We get on here, y'all will see me open up the Holy Tablets. We've just been done talked about something. I open up to a random page. And don't Malachi say the same exact shit that I said? It's like magic. I pick a book, I can pick a book right now. Pull it over here. I bet you something that I just said, he gonna talk about. Y'all done seen it happen many times over. That's the connection I'm talking about. I don't need you to update me about Pop. Update me when y'all getting him out. I don't want you to come and act like you give a fuck reading some fake ass letter in front of us. Update me when you getting him out. Or update me when it's time to go to Colorado. To be near the master. The meteor shower that happened on August 12th took place in Colorado. Where was the nation? It took place on August 12th, the peak of the meteor shower. I made a movie. I said it's important that we put this movie out by June 26th. I called out to the family for help. The family act like they didn't see me. There were people who didn't even come up in the community that helped put that movie together. I said, you're going to realize why I did this movie. The movie was called Childish. There were green meteorites. In the movie, the character, Inky, said, a meteor shower. Y'all still don't fucking get it, though. It's like, I can come on here every day, y'all, and explain the same thing I've been explaining. They still not going to understand. They still ain't going to get it yet. Why did I do that? There's a million things I could be working on right now. Why did I say, y'all, let's come together and let's do a children's movie? Why did the front of it say you must be born again? Why were there green meteorites in the movie? And then why, when the meteors started coming, well, they weren't meteors, they were literal crafts, if you didn't pick up on that. When the meteors started dashing through the sky, what came? Storm clouds. In the movie. Guess what happened in Colorado? Because one of the sisters was out there. The only motherfucking sister that was out there. She was the only one out there. What happened? The meteor showers came, and it was cloudy for both days. Nobody could see. It was cloudy. Why? And then, a month later, here comes Nijim Order. Well, I came on here and I said, I will tell you what it means. I said, Nejim Aura is Najim, meaning living, aura, orb, a living light, a living orb. What is living? Green, life, Eve, Hawa, Haya, Anahata. That's the green color. Orb, green light, green lantern, emerald light. And it passes over. Nobody talks about it. I said, that's strange. But I already put it in my movie. I had already put it in the movie. The whole scenario. And I kept waging the question. I kept raising the question. I said, what's going to happen on August 12th? Tell me. Nobody said there will be a meteor shower. You want to know why? For one, you're not astronomers anymore. The one who was able to clock and predict and get the prophecies, he studied the stars. He studied the celestial bodies, the planetoids, the comets, the asteroids, the meteors. He studied them. Studied the planetary alignments. I said, what will happen on August 12th? You spoke to me about a vortex because literally you may have read one page of Man from Planet Risk, where there was a layout from 1943 to 2043. And there was an onset of a machine from August 12th called your computer with the Invisibility Project. That science was explained. And in the Holy Tablets, it spoke of an August 12th. It never said 2023. So here's what they did. They merged it. They said August 12th is a pickup date. It never said that. Then they said it was this year. It never said that. So what did I keep warning people? I said, if you keep sending people to the wrong room and the building is flooding and they can't get out, you might as well have left them sleeping. You want to know who would have known what August 12th was about? Malachi. Not a single person gave me the correct answer. And I asked tens of these people, what's the answer to this question? Nobody knew. And then this green craft / comet passes over and nobody knows what it means. I was standing outside my dad's house. This was June of 2021, Father's Day. My brother and I, on my father's side, went to take him to eat. We went out, we went to whatever, I think it might have been Golden Corral, one of them. I don't think it was Golden Corral, but it was all you could eat. Later on that shadow, we took him back to the spot. We was getting out of the car. We walk into the house. I look up. That's what I saw. It was coming from the east to the west, from my right to my left. It was a flash. It wasn't long drawn out. There was a quick, dashing green light. I said, whoa. My dad was like, what is it? I said, I just saw a green shooting star. And he just did a quick rejoice. He said, that's Pops. He said, that's good news. I'm glad you told me that. This type of overstanding can be replicated. But it can only be replicated when it's authentic. You cannot fake an overstanding of this. I just was going to talk to one of the sons. One of the sons was saying that there's no extraterrestrials. It's like people have resorted to that. Say there are no extraterrestrials. It's one thing to say you have no encounters. I can respect that. It's one thing to say that you have no idea what we're talking about. I can receive that. Because if you don't, you don't. Knowing that you don't is better than just believing in it. However, to say that there are none, there are no people, entities, beings beyond human beings, and you know you don't know that, it's ridiculous. Because you don't even know if there are or not. So how can you say for sure there aren't? You know what you don't know, and you don't know whether or not they are. So say, I don't know whether or not they exist. Say, I don't know whether or not people for hundreds of thousands of years speaking about beings that come through different dimensions, different frequencies, and sit on people's chests during sleep paralysis, or scratch them or claw them. People waking up with claws on their arm or on their chest. Huh? Or if they say being rolled by a witch, or feeling somebody choking them, or having sex with them, probing them, they can feel it. They ain't tripping. You can say that doesn't exist. But then it's like, how you know? You can say it's all in the mind, then you have to ask the question, if it's all in the mind, then why is it leaving marks? You say that could be anything. It could be anything. What is it? I don't know. That is what you should use more often. Utilize those words together. It saves people from a delusion. And then after you say, I don't know, don't step on the toes of people who know. Get out of our way. I don't believe in extraterrestrials. I've had face-to-face encounters with these people. They're people. There ain't even no spirits or no spooky. It's fucking people. Listen, if you were to experience it, it'll make so much sense. It's like, think about it. They are people. They might be on a different plane. They might be on a different continent that you don't know anything about. They might be in your planet. Caverns and cities that you don't know. You really think you know everything there is to know about your planet? You really think that there is no possibility that Aquaman is not just some movie? You really think that? You think they will make movies like Aquaman, Way of the Water, Wakanda Forever, the movie Abyss? You think they will make all these movies about these societies and civilizations that exist beneath the water because they just that creative when they have never created anything ever? You so wrapped up in a UFO, you forget that all that means is you just don't know what the fuck is flying. That's all UFO means. You don't know what's flying. Well, guess what? This green comet is a UAP. It's an unidentified aerial phenomenon. You don't know what it is, but it came through. You say it's a comet. Well, you don't know that. You have no idea what it is. So guess what? It's a UFO or a UAP or a UOSP, an unidentified outer space phenomenon. Whatever the fuck it is, you have to remember that that's all you're saying when you say UFO. You're not saying it's an alien. That which they call a Chinese weather balloon is a UFO because you don't know what that is. You say, but it's a Chinese weather balloon. How do you know that? How you know? You don't know. Now, you can know something is a plane. That's a plane. Okay, cool. You can get on a plane. You say, this is a plane. You got the wings, got the seats, fuel. Boom, this is a plane. Okay, you can see the plane take off. You see what it looks like. Okay, you know what a plane is. You see a plane. That's not a UFO. But if a motherfucker come from some civilization outside of the U.S., some third world country, never seen a plane before in their life, if they see a plane, they will say what? They don't know what that is. It will be a UFO to them. What is my point here? My point here is not everybody exists within the realm of delusion. To cause for a delusion to be shattered, reject the illusion. Reject it. Stop wallowing in being attached to an illusion. Seek, and ye shall find. We gave you the blueprint. You understand? You want to know what the most peaceful feeling is? Thinking there's a possibility that you finna leave this planet and not worrying. That's the most peaceful feeling in the world. If you feel there's a possibility that you're not going to make it, what can you do? Can you breathe? Can you relax yourself? Not panic. If you have the will to stay, stay and do what you got to do to stay. If not, you could leave. That's the most peaceful feeling in the world. Let me tell you something I did when I was 17 years old. I got on a train, one of them little, cargo trains, freight trains. I got on one of them trains, jumped up on a little ladder thing to get a ride across the city. My silly bunking ass didn't know or detect or predict that the shit wasn't going to move that speed the whole journey. So I'm riding the train, chugging. I said, I should have thought about this earlier. I saved me this amount of hours or minutes walking this long ass distance. Next thing I know, and it don't just speed up gradually, the bitch go into gear. I'm holding on to the shit say chugga. What the fuck is that? Chugga. What the fuck? Chugga. And I'm sitting over the wheels, the steel wheels. I'm sitting over the steel wheels. At this point, I'm literally hanging on for dear life. I said, boy, if I sneeze wrong, I'm cheese. I'm cheese. Only thing I could think of. I had to take a deep breath and just hold on. I wasn't scared. I said, shit. Makes sense. I ain't want to walk that long ass walk. So I did the thing I thought could be the best way to do this shit. I held on tight. Then it slowed down after like 20 minutes, which was crazy. And it never really slowed completely down. So I wound up fucking my hands up by jumping off. You know, they got the little rocks and shit. I wound up fucking my hands up, scabbing my hands up, palms of my hand. But I made it out. Fucked myself completely up. Stood up, shook it off, said I lived. One slip away from death. On a moving train, going however the fuck many miles per hour. I said, I don't even know these bitches go this fast. You know what I'm saying? Listen, most peaceful feeling in the world. Let go of the illusion. You know what I mean? I know you don't understand, so you may not understand everything I say or everything I do. You may not get it, but it's all in the plan. Listen to my music if you're still confused. I'll tell you in the music what I'm doing. It's all in the plan. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I'll play that. But I tell you in the music what the plan is and what I'm doing and why. And the people that still don't get it at that point, it's like, it's fine. But it's being explained. And then if you align with me, you start learning what it is that you're doing that's a part of the plan. Are you connected to me? Do you know me? Do you remember me? If you don't remember me, do you get to know me? You know what I mean? Some of y'all may not agree with the shit you hear come out my mouth all the time. Do you know that's fine? Do you know that's okay? Do you know I don't expect that from you or want it from you? There are things that people can bring to a table that don't got, everybody bring the same fucking dish. You eating there? What if everybody showed up for Thanksgiving, and everybody got macaroni? You eating there? I don't expect everybody to be on the same page all the time. But are you in the book? This is our reading. Okay, we know we got to read this at a certain date. This shit got to be finished. Are you in the book with us? That's all I'm asking. You understand? Some people may not get it. Some people might get it. I'm trying to find it for y'all. They ain't called in the plan, called tidal wave, nigga.
Having health insurance is important. So if anyone in your family has Medicaid or CHIP, listen up.
always good. Tidal wave, type of mission, you don't know if you gon' die today. You keep it pushing, you don't care about what they gotta say. Don't need permission from these folks, you got the right of way. You crank up and drive away, chilling by your fireplace. Hands open, you receiving while they try to pray. You got the word up on your shoulder, but you not afraid. Looking out the window, it's gonna be that kind of day. Gotta be careful if you ever go outside. Don't trust a soul on this planet, cause that ain't wise. If you get lonely, homie, look up in the skies. See the shooting stars, go and buy them your guys. They with you through the lows and the highs. As you proceed to mountain climb, you gon' figure out in time. You don't need no Valentine, you gon' need your balance mind. You see your past divine, even how your balance rhyme. You just gotta understand that it's all in the plan. It's all in, all in. It's all in the plan. It's all in, all in. Yeah, entire rows got me thinking about the plight of the entire globe. Rotating slowly, but you know it gotta stop one day. God gon' say it's over, then I gotta go. No more creation, the cremation of your world. I watch it burn in my vision. I be wanting my people, but I'm concerned they not listening. I got girls I won't cast to the swine. Hardest thing about it, I'm the last of my kind. You can't tell me nothing about my father, get away from me. I talk to him in person, so don't bother trying to pray for me. Walking in my purpose, my Kabbalah on my side. I'm a problem for anybody who ain't trying to make a way for me. Don't wait for me, I'm good. I won't move unless they tell me to. People trying to tell me what to do. Like, who the hell are you? I don't know none of you niggas. All I know is I'm prepared to snatch the planet right from under you niggas. It's in the plan. It's all in, all in. It's all in the plan. It's all in, all in.
So like we ain't. So I really ain't mad about him chopping. There's a lot of niggas' heads that he chopping.
And the ones, let me tell you, that's my, by him being my son, you know, over the years, I might be listening to some of his music, and he might say, you know, my father, he might say something. And I'd be like, yo, what the fuck you say that for, nigga? I'm your dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, hey, right now, this very moment, even in that, let him be. 'Cause my wife is one of his biggest fans. We love his music. Mm-hmm. Man, just let him be. She's like, nigga, stop crying every time you hear this nigga say something. I be doing this music vibing and shit. Yo, nigga, shit, nigga say, yeah, man, and my pop, nigga, that nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? But that's my aim. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I humble out. And to the brother who didn't diss Pop, by humbling, it don't make you weak. That means you one of us. Because the only reason why, like my brother Leon is 9 years older than me. And he's very powerful, but he humbled himself to help me and work with me. And it didn't make him weak. Leon got his own shine. People know that. Leon would speak his mind. But he loved me because I loved the master. And he felt the love that's in me for the master teacher. And he saw the love that Pop had for me. So why are we humbling to the brother? Because he talking shit? No.